Hey everyone, I'm here with Dave Schwab. Hey Dave.
Hello, how are you?
Good. And he's with Prime Lending. And we were talking about yesterday, like I have a client that was wanting to buy land, but doesn't want to build on it quite yet. And I know like a lot of land loans, you have to build on it with like a certain period of time. But talk to us about construction loans and what's going on with those.
So right now, a lot of lenders, just with all that's going on, are either limiting their construction product suite,
Mhm.
or they're just doing away with it and putting it on hold, just to kind of see how things shake out. And so a lot of people that obviously if they're in the process, that's not going to stop.
But they're
But
not doing like a lot of new ones.
exactly, and that's
Why
starting
do
with.
they think that they're nervous about the financing, like the borrower being able to fulfill the financing?
Yeah, just because it's a unique product that um, many lenders like us, we do like a one-time close,
Hmm.
and so what happens is that process, between the construction process and then the when the in loan comes to be, um,
Right.
it's a little bit longer
I
than
mean, it
the
can take a
typical loan.
year or more sometimes.
Exactly.
I mean, I had a client that it took 2 years to build their house.
There you go. And
Well,
so the
actually,
concern
that
is
kind of
there.
makes sense what you're saying because before we had talked about um, the FHA requirement being tightened.
Yeah.
Yes, and then a lot of the risky loans you were sharing with us, the jumbo loans are getting like kind of cut also.
Yeah, a lot of your kind of unique situations, and that's the thing. We're still holding strong on the FHA piece that we talked about before. We're
Hmm.
still at a minimum of 640, but I've read
A
and
lot of
seen,
people are 680.
yeah, 680, or they're just doing away with that product. They're putting that product on hold as well, government products and things like
Huh.
that. Yeah,
That's like a really interesting thing because as you tighten and you just get into like one loan product, it's only like a very specific buyer with like a high credit score,
sure.
I mean, 5 or 10 or more percent down, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's still the products out there, conventional products where you can just put down as little as 3% down, or you could even do, a 3% down with down payment assistance.
Uh-huh.
Those products are still there. It's just kind
Okay.
of, the only thing I've seen at Prime Lending is our construction product suite is temporarily on hold. But we were discussing this the other day as far as interest rates. They're historic lows for the fifth week
Right.
straight, and so it's a perfect time to buy.
Hmm.
And then with this news on construction, the construction loans kind of tightening up a little bit. Like we were saying, if you're a seller, that's a perfect time to put your house on the market,
Well,
because
especially
you're
if
going to
you're
have
a
less
seller
competition.
that, yeah, especially if you're a seller that like lives in a place where you're competing with new construction. Like maybe
Exactly.
you built your house like a few years ago, but the neighborhood is still being built out, and even though you have more amenities, that paying for a new build is the most expensive you will ever buy that house for.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
really interesting. I wonder, it's crazy to me that the interest rates are so low.
they
And then,
are. Yeah.
yeah, and then with tightening the lending, like what all that, how's that going to shake out?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I don't know if you know it.
right. I think it's somewhat of, you know, because if you're a person that is, um, if you're buying a house, it's awesome because your interest rate, your
Right,
affordability is huge, because
right,
before you might not have been able to afford a certain price point, but now with rates being so low, it's there.
right.
Um, Kind of behind the scenes also, mortgage insurance is extremely low. So if you don't have enough to put down that 20%, you can put down 5% and possibly look to do like a mortgage insurance buyout. And then, on the other side of things, as a seller, I feel like if you have some, one, you have the less competition from, people
Right,
maybe just looking around and saying, you know what, I'm just going to build a house.
right.
Um, you have less of that, but then at the same time, I feel like the people that are looking at your house, they're serious, so you
Mhm.
don't have just kind of the people just looking to look and
Right.
let's see. There's serious buyers right now. I think, are
Right.
you experiencing that too?
Absolutely, we
Yeah,
are. I mean, yeah, everybody, if they're buying now, they are ready to go.
that's
But
it.
also, we already, because of that inventory coming off the market too, there's all this, like, it kind of creates its own frenzy because there's not enough inventory for the amount of buyers that there are. So it's crazy.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you giving us the market update. That's really interesting about the construction loan. I always learn something when I talk to you. So
I
thank you.
appreciate that. Yeah.
All right. Have a good day, Dave.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.